Thanks for having us in to kick off a new year. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, you lived this as a player. So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense, set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
This is the moment, Mike. He's been working towards this day ever since hearing his name called on draft night, and he's put the work in over the last few months. This franchise clearly feels that he's ready to go. But what did he say to us the other day, Mike? He said, I kind of have to admit, it's going to be surreal walking out on that field to take my first snap as a starting NFL quarterback. And I think once he settles in and gets rid of any early nerves, he's confident that he'll show everybody that he belongs.
They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. A tight end in motion now. And he will have a Broncos first down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll try to run for it.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Returnable from the 17. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
There's just something special about week 1, isn't it, Mike? I mean, after months of anticipation, speculation, it finally hits you. The season has arrived. This is the first time where we're going to get to see a lot of the debuts of players on new teams, new coaches, rookies taking the field for the very first time in a meaningful game. The preseason is one thing, but it's an entirely different level of excitement once opening weekend rolls around. I don't know about you, but I am excited to see what's in store for us that these games finally now matter.
He'll get this out to his running back. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here now, 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble. You give them a new set of downs.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up first down.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 5 yards. 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
The Broncos offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. 2nd and a yard. A handoff here, up the middle, and it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. They'll send a tight end in motion. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So, 1st quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Now this time they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
The offense is trying to stretch the field vertically. They're trying to put as many receivers into the coverage deep as possible. But you know what you need? You need time. You need to allow those guys to get downfield. But when you have a pass rush like this, they don't let that time unfold, and that pocket collapsed and results in a sack.
So the Broncos will turn things over to the field goal unit. This will be a 46-yard attempt. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Broncos will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The Browns offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much room to operate there. He'll get only to about the 24. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll drop to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. 16-yard pickup on that one. It's a Browns 1st down.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one,
Offside.
but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Still 2nd down.
They'll throw out of the gun. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They face 2nd down and 7. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Now he'll run.
Offside. Defense. That penalty is declined.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Mooney in motion. Here comes the jet sweep. They didn't fool anyone. Tried the speed, but did not get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And he will work his way down inside the 30, a pickup of 6. 21 is the line to gain as we hit third down. He'll look to throw. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Kevin Stefanski going to turn to his field goal unit. This from 45 yards away. That one is good. And the Browns will tie the game at 3 apiece. So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. The pass rush gets home and he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. Take it in, back at his own 12. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. This drive will start on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. 3-3, our score. 2 minutes to go in this 1st half. Greg and I back with more on this opening week after this. They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. Open man left side. He's got it. They get 16 on that connection. 1st down, Cleveland.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
To the right side here, pass is caught. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
We spend so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game that allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
Here's 2nd and 2.
At the 27-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the 1st down. 10 yards on the pickup, and that's good for a 1st down. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And the Browns are looking at a 1st and goal as he's taken down at the 2-yard line. Tight end going in motion here. They'll try to run this one in. He slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
No problem there on the extra point. And the Browns take a 10-3 lead. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense going to get it one final time in this first half. Just the lone field goal for them so far. Down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here on NFL Kickoff Weekend as we get you to Orlando. Say hello to my old pal, Jonathan Coachman, with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the visiting Bucks who were able to come in and win one on the road. The Bucks start the campaign 1-0 with the road victory.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back set to go once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. This one caught by Patrick. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go. And they'll bring this up to the 48-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
He'll check this down to the running back. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Broncos offense make their way out to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
To the 45. Still going. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 76 yards. Touchdown, Denver. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
The kick is good. That ties the game at 10.
All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Off he goes. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. There he goes again. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the 1st down.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
1st and 10. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early,
he bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
You can tell the quarterback has built a lot of confidence in his ability to make plays today with his feet. The defense has had a hard time keeping him in check, and this time, much better job in pursuit. Even though he was able to get outside the pocket, they were able to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
3rd and long. able to get down at the end of the play.
The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on third down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give them credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the first down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns going to take the lead. It's now 13-10.
Job number one on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike, but 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. He keeps it himself. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Broncos.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
Not a whole lot happening there. Just a short pickup. 2nd down and 8. Throwing now from the gun. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Now he'll run it. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. But he'll gather it back in.
And man, does he dodge a bullet right there, Mike, on that sack. He's fortunate that ball bounced right back to him, and he's able to recover it and keep possession for his team.
And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Browns offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Taking off, and they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Now a give on the ground. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Throwing right. It's taken in. A lot of terrific quarterbacks from Southern California. And here's another one. The rookie gets his team a first down. They'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
He runs with it. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down. From out of the gun, he'll throw. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. He's going to run it. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Browns. And that's a football to hold on to forever. His first NFL touchdown in his very first NFL game. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now a give up the middle. Into the secondary at the 45. And he'll be taken down.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. And And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end. 2nd and 7. A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Denver. And how about that? His first career catch also becomes his first career NFL touchdown. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Throwing now on 1st and 10. That one incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll look to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. From From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He'll try to run for it. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick. Picking up the 1st down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down 2 and E. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down 2 and E. So it's a win for the Browns. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dog Pound's happy. It's a win for the Browns as we say farewell from Cleveland.